Mad Cat reporting from the Legacy Center in Brighton, where Detroit City FC comes away with a victory over Toronto FC 2 from MLS Next Pro tonight. Final score 3-2. Detroit started off the scoring in the 5th minute on a goal here by Darren Smith. And minutes later, penalty occurred, and that was about in the 18th minute of play. Ben Morris converts on the penalty off the handball. The penalty was for a handball. Ben Morris converts it. Detroit up 2-0. And then Michael Bryant in the 25th minute with this goal put Detroit City up 3-0. Toronto answered back with 2 goals, first early on and then midway through the second half. And that was your final here at Legacy Center. Detroit City 3 and Toronto FC 2. So, big day or big weekend as far as Detroit City goes, as far as all the football goes. Last night over in Urbandale, Iowa, the women took on the Iowa Demon Hawks. They are on a weekend trip out there playing back-to-back games. The first game went very well for Detroit City FC as they come away with a 12-3 onslaught of the Demon Hawks. Detroit City averaging 10 goals per game in MASL-W, and they kept that average up with a 12-banger last night. Kayla Addison, 4 more goals added to her total as she gets the 4-bagger. Hannah Crum with a hat trick last night as well for Detroit City FC. And Anna Dow added a couple goals as well to the tally. A big victory for Detroit City FC. However, it was a little bit tougher this afternoon over in Urbandale or wherever this game was. It was a different arena from where they were last night. Kind of, I don't know if the legs ran out on them or whatever it is, but Detroit City fell to a 1-0 deficit early on in the contest, and then as it turned out, it was the only blemish they would have on. Well, not really the only blemish they had in the night. It was the blemish didn't last long because right into the third quarter, they scored 5 unanswered goals to go up 5-1. Iowa came back with another one in the fourth quarter, and that was it. 5-2, the victory for Detroit City FC. They improved to 7-0 on the year, plus 47 goal differential, 9.6 goals per match, 100% on the penalty kill. Speaking of penalty kills, there was a 5-on-3 with 4 minutes to go in the match. Detroit City thwarted that off, and then that, as I mentioned, that was it for the Iowa Demon Hawks. The Demon Hawks will be coming to the Fieldhouse next Saturday night, 7:30 kickoff. Then you can watch the game on YouTube, or you can purchase tickets now via gopassage.com. As I mentioned, like I said, the goal differential is just outstanding. 40 plus 47, one of the tops in all of MASLW. And there's not enough to be said. Not enough can be said about Kayla Addison as well. She's been dominating. I don't know how many goals that she got today because the feed was a little bit different. It was on the Facebook feed instead of the YouTube feed like it was last night for the first match of the weekend series. So, and then Detroit will have 2 more games left after their final home game. One matchup against Indiana United, and I don't know if it's one matchup with them, but definitely one matchup with Kalamazoo United FC to close out the year before heading into the playoffs. And playoffs will start right after that. So, great night here at the lake. Great weekend for Detroit City football all the way around. So, I mean, what can you say about that? And then I think there's more to come. It's going to be another busy weekend next weekend. Another friendly that's going to be taking place. And of course, the women's match. And to top it all off, the owners' meeting and the kit reveal on Sunday night. over at Wayne State. So it's a busy weekend for Detroit City FC in general as we get you set for the 2025 campaign. And it's fast approaching. March 8th, you could say it can't come soon enough, but it's coming up fast, so be ready for it. So last night was a shellacking at the expense of the Demon Hawks over at the Buccaneer Arena. But today, as I go through the scoring summary of this one here, it was a lot different. So let's go through the scoring summary of that contest. 6:24 mark of the second quarter, even strength goal by Natalie Martinez put the Demon Hawks up by a score of 1-0, a lead they would carry into halftime against Detroit City. First time that Detroit City, fell behind all year long in MASL-W play. Third quarter, 11:25 mark, Tatiana Mason got on the board, and Detroit City tied at that point at a score of 1-1. Karina Medina got the second goal, and then it was the Ania Dow show. Dow capitalizing on her 2 goals that she got last night over in Buccaneer Arena, got a hat trick. First one came at the 42nd mark of the third quarter, and then the last 2 came in the fourth quarter at 13:30 and 9:09. And Detroit City would go up 5-1. Elise White answered back at 8:28 of the fourth quarter. And then, as I was mentioning earlier, they had to defend a 5-on-3 power play with about 4 minutes to go. Detroit thwarted that off. Next thing you know, they come away victorious, 5-2, improved their record in the Great Lakes Division to a perfect 7-0 on the year. And what can you say about this team? I mean, really, what can you say about this team? I mean, as I mentioned earlier, with the goal differential, 40 plus 47 on the goal differential. The power play, 17%. Not really, not the best attack in the league, but hey, they've been scoring goals on that power play. 9.6 goals per game for this squad, nearly 10. That, I mean, the 5-2 victory this afternoon kind of dampened that a little bit, but the penalty kill 100%. They've been very aggressive defensively, and Coach Danny Evans did not make the trip with the team. One of the assistants was in charge of the women's team as they go at it, and as I mentioned, they will go at it again this Saturday night against these same Demon Hawks at the Detroit City Fieldhouse. And then we'll take a look at the Detroit City. I don't know if we can look at the Detroit City schedule right. I'm looking at the Detroit City schedule right here. 7:30 kickoff right there, and then Detroit City will travel to Kalamazoo on March 7th. Friday night matchup, not to conflict with the men's opener on March 8th. So Friday night matchup against Kalamazoo United. And then they will close out the season, I believe, the following week at Indiana, taking on Indiana United FC, a 7 o'clock kickoff on the 15th of March. And believe that would be it for the year for Detroit City, as far as, and then playoffs, as they would move on and hopefully take over or take it to the playoffs like they did last year in PASL. That playoff will be taking place in Uniondale or Urbandale, not Uniondale. Why do I confuse Urbandale with Uniondale? Uniondale's in New York. But the playoffs will be held in Urbandale, Iowa at Buccaneer Arena, and that will be at the end of March. So lots of things to look forward to with that women's team. Lots of good things to look forward to with that men's team tonight. I'll tell you one thing. That first half of play, Detroit City dictated the play, and that was good to see out there. Had a couple I don't know if you could say mistakes or lapses in play that led to Toronto's 2 goals, but for the most part, Detroit City had played a fantastic, strong game tonight, going in their basically their next to last friendly. Now, I was told that it will be happening next Sunday, I believe, but we'll get more confirmation on that as the week goes along. We'll have more definitely coming up on the musings. On Wednesday, we'll fill you in with whatever news we got coming up. And then, from what I was told earlier tonight, be looking for some announcements later on in the week as far as the men's side goes. So looking forward to that. So we'll get back with you again on Wednesday for the musings. Once again, here at the Legacy Center in Brighton tonight, Detroit City coming away with a 3-2 victory over MLS Next Pro side Toronto FC2. And we'll see you again Wednesday for the musings. And until then, keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the galaxy.